All right, well, let's get into the things that made us go, over the weekend. So, can I start with my 49ers? Because I'm telling you, I don't want to be the 49ers fan that's like, we're the best, they're going all the way, my team's awesome. But it's hard not to feel super confident with what the 49ers are putting out on the field right now. Last night, if you watched Sunday Night Football, I'm mad that I didn't, bet more.
And it's like Kittle said after the game, the offense is running on all cylinders, and they're having fun. That's the cool part. When everything's working the way it's supposed to be working, you got a quarterback who's doing everything he's supposed to be doing, using all of his weapons the way they're supposed to be used. They're having fun doing it. I don't even think we've seen their full potential yet. I think they're better than they're leading on now.
My number one thing that made me go...
They're having fun. They're not even, mad or, playing angry yet.
The thing that made me go, the most...
Things that make you go,
is Brock Purdy. And, again, I want to remove myself for a second because I'm the Niners fan, so I'm very... It's like talking about one of your kids. Sometimes you don't see things clearly because you got the blinders on. Because I watch this team week in and week out. I'm like... They're pretty well balanced. Their defense is stacked. Mm-hmm. They got all these weapons. When will people start, and maybe they already do and I'm just not seeing it, when will they start saying Brock Purdy is more than just
They're not
a game manager and, he's got all the weapons? This guy has not lost a regular season game. In fact, the only game he was part of that was a loss was the game he got hurt in the first quarter. Brock Purdy has done nothing but deliver. Brock Purdy
undefeated regular season and 15 in a row for your 49ers.
8 games in a row now where they've scored more than 30 points.
Unbelievable.
Brock Purdy is not just a game manager. And I just wonder...
You know why?
You said the best thing. We were watching the game last night, and Covino said, well, you know what it is. I'll do my Covino. You know what it is.
The question is, how could people have overlooked him to this degree?
To make him Mr. Irrelevant in the first place, and then still not maybe giving him the credit. And Covino's like, well, he doesn't have one standout, sick quality. It's not like he could run in the pocket or make miracle plays like Mahomes. He doesn't have the arm strength of a Justin Herbert. He doesn't have the,
explosive speed.
The explosive speed of Lamar Jackson.
Right.
So because he has not one thing, he doesn't have the size. He's not like a 6'5" dude that's, looks like a
doesn't look
beast.
Sexy. I believe Collinsworth said it over the weekend, though.
There's a guy that...
But it's the intangibles, right? It's the intangibles that you could never really predict. Are they going to translate in the NFL? And his intangibles have proven to be his weapon.
I almost feel like
his fundamentals.
I feel like his intangible that you don't see because it's not speed, it's not the arm strength, it's not the size, it's not the personality. He doesn't have that. Imagine he had
he hasn't made the mental errors.
Yeah, imagine he had the mental makeup though of like a loud guy, like a Johnny Football, or even like a Baker Mayfield, or someone with a little pizzazz. He doesn't have that.
He's a great leader in a different kind of way because immediately people had his back.
Like Fred Warner and guys on the defense said that when they were playing against him on the practice squad when he was third,
he was a game. He was a dog.
Yeah, they
had that dog in him.
They couldn't shake him.
Right.
And I'm thinking, an intangible that people don't talk about is composure and intelligence. And it sounds ridiculous to say, but why do we underrate intelligence? He doesn't make unforced errors. He doesn't throw the ball ill-advised, in a panic situation. He just seems very smart in the pocket.
Exactly. Nailed it. And I believe Collinsworth alluded to that, something along those lines.
There's a guy that's smart in the pocket.
It's not an intelligence he's like an IQ sort of thing, but his football IQ and the speed in which he could read a play and make those decisions is the intangible that puts him over the edge. But, again, nothing sexy leading up to the draft. Again,
literally sexy after being after Jimmy Garoppolo.
After following Garoppolo, yeah, those are big shoes to fill.
So sexy in every word. But Ramos, I know you had a thought, but my final thought was, not only is he intelligent and quick in the pocket, another intangible that you don't talk about it enough because a lot of people say speed and arm strength and this and that. He's accurate.
He's accurate.
He's
and
accurate.
again, it's all the pieces. He also has time in the pocket, right? So,
by the way, I just want to start off by saying I agree with you. I think Brock Purdy's been given a lot of bad stuff, and he's done an excellent job. But just to play devil's advocate, just for a second, don't you think you'd want to kind of see him in a situation where he's in a shootout, right, where the other team's scoring and he's forced to score, or he's down by 14 points
Ramos,
in a game? We haven't seen that, and that's a credit to the defense of the 49ers. They don't put him in that position where he's down. I don't think he's been down the entire season. I think he's been in the lead every single game. But I'd like to see him down by 14, and can he bring his team back? Or
I would love to see that
really
shootout.
cool, yeah.
And I hope, Ramos, that's not tested for the first time in the postseason, right? Because if you look at the 49ers schedule, I'm not saying it's weak, but the way they're making certain teams look, would you be shocked if the Niners were like 14-3, 15-2? Like,
not at all.
You wouldn't. And then you're like, oh, crap, what if Brock Purdy's first real test is in the postseason and he doesn't have that? Maybe that's what we don't know yet. Does he? He hasn't been tested, Covino, where, hey, Brock, you're right, Ramos. You're down 24-14 in the third quarter. You're down 10. You bringing this team back? It's almost like Brock Purdy has a lead. He makes it bigger. And then the 49ers run the ball for the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the first test, true test, could come in December on the 3rd against the Eagles.
In Philadelphia, which I already marked that down on my calendar. We are having a party.
nice.
We're going to light it up.
They made the Cowboys look bad. It wasn't even a competition. It wasn't even close. And after losing to the 49ers, Dak Prescott threw his helmet in disgust. And it was intercepted. That old doozy. I love that one. Hey-oh, love that meme.
I mean,
thank you.
You saw Micah Parsons, arguably the best defender in all of football right now, walk off the field or limp off the field with the hurt ribs, and he looked pissed. He was like, how could we be this bad against the Niners?
Visibly angry. Yeah, and in pain. You're right, Danny.
And you know what it is, Danny? Like, people, as a Niners fan, people love to be like, well, you had all those Super Bowls were when I was a child. I turned 44 over the weekend. You know the last time the Niners won the Super Bowl? 1995. It's not yesterday. This is not like I lived through this great dynasty where I was an adult and appreciated it. I was a little boy when Montana was hitting Rice for TDs over the middle. So, Niners fans, we've got close. Kaepernick with Alex Smith, then with Jimmy Garoppolo. So, you're talking about a team, if you're a Niners fan, you're skeptical and you're nervous. You're reluctant to be like, ooh, could it finally be? Because, this is a team that had a winning reputation and is always in the mix, but the Niners have not won in almost 30 years.
And this is their window, and they look solid. They look really solid. And, again, if we thought the Cowboys were pretty good, they made them look pretty silly yesterday. So